Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a regular skirmish in the Grand Campaign event. Our first round is Piper Farm, followed up by our second map, which is going to be the Eastwoods. But before we get into that, thank you to our Patreon members for the support. If you'd like the support, go to the link in the description where you get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment on the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Our teams for today: on the Confederate side, you got Hampton's Legion, 4th Texas, Davis Brigade, 1st Delaware, 36th New York, Iron Brigade, and the 1st Delaware. Whereas on the Union side, you have the Colquitt's Brigade, 12th Virginia, 42nd Pennsylvania, 30th Ohio, Hood's Division, 9th Corps, and the Midwest Brigade. Server pop today. I'm holding down tab with nothing showing. There it is. Roughly 170. In balance is at 0 right now. Looking at artillery, though, CSA's got 4 and the Union has 2, so overall nothing too crazy. So the teams are different than the previous weeks because the CSA campaign surrendered and the Union campaign was able to get a victory. So that's why everyone is on new teams to kind of fix that balance. I think that was a major issue and probably what resulted in the campaign kind of ending early for the previous season. However, it looks like the balance overall is fixed, roughly the same amount of regiments on each side, with numbers being same, which is always great to see. We'll see how it folds out over the next few weeks, though. But for now, regular skirmish here on Piper Farm. So, Union generally attacks this map from two different angles. They can either go straight through the corn and attack the CSA in the orchard. This is what the meta used to be, but now Union's kind of strung away from it because CSA will just kind of sit back. They have a nice little defilade here that they can use. And it's really hard for Union to deal damage unless they cap the point, but exposing themselves out that far usually doesn't end well for Union. So Union's been trying to go to this right side. Recently, the out-of-bounds marker got moved so that teams can go on the road, but looks like we already have an engagement, close range too, to start this match off. CSA's trying to throw them off of this.
Get back here.
Union's kind of allowing CSA to get on the road. I don't know if it's out of bounds. You can see Union's... I don't know if I like this move from Union. Actually, you got a lot of CSA on the left side of this stone wall, so I guess it's a nice little angle that 42nd PA has. And CSA is going to try to charge them out. This is what Union wants. Charges to happen early on, and especially it being a CSA charge.
Don't you wish to live forever?
Кстати, свободный огонь, прямо перед нами враг.
So HL starting to push a little forward, join where the 36 is at. Stone wall kind of guarding on both sides. Oh, nice. We love that pop up. So CSA able to form their little L position. Union's kind of thrown back a little bit. However, Union has pushed CSA into the corner of the map. Remember, point of contention is here. CSA's backed themselves into kind of a corner here. So great movement on part of Union. You get why CSA moved over here. They tried to charge Union out, it looked like initially, but they didn't do it quick enough. Because obviously Union's going to deal a good amount of damage to you as you're charging across the open. So now the CSA is going to charge through Union.
What do you know about Cubs? I have a moment to talk about buttered sausage and what it does for you. We need to talk about buttered sausage.
Cut him off, cut him off, cut him off.
Cut them
Do not let them take that flag.
Yeah, you should have.
Yes, boys, yes. Their colors are ours.
So CSA are able to push Union back off the stone wall, taking that stone wall completely, which is what I think CSA wanted to do originally. It's just they got shot up. So good move on CSA's part. They get one flag in the process. Union did kind of spread out, and CSA took full advantage. And since CSA wiped at least one Union company, they're going to try to push through and wipe Union completely. Tickets in Union's favor, only slightly.
Pray to your God. Pray to your God.
And artillery, I don't know if that's Union. Yeah, it looks like one of the Colquitt's guys. Not on the CSA guns. This is a chaotic first round to Piper Farm, something you rarely see. This is crazy.
Turn and fight.
Get him!
Turn around behind
Yo,
you.
what's that counter-charge, you bitch ass? Stab his ass! You're dead, how do you feel about that? Yeah, you
And the CSA overwhelming in the end, getting 3 of those Union flags down. So poor start. It's a great start for Union, but it's unfortunate that they lost 3 out of the 4 of their flags, which it looks like. Where's the 4th flag at? Must be back here. Yep. Epic. Epic Chancer got it. It looks like it's 12th VA's flag. So, but this is huge for Union. I like it when teams, the attacking team, gets very aggressive at the beginning and tries to force a charge. Now, they kind of did. CSA was trying to throw them out of a good position, but regardless, the charging happened. Both sides are down a whole morale stage at this point, and Union now is 39 minutes to knock CSA down 2 morale stages to get them to breaking, and then they can instantly cap that point and win. So, great start for Union. They do have a setback, obviously, losing 2 of those flags. They were able to pick up the flag down over here, 12th VA. Got it. And the CSA is holding the caissons in the center of the map. Now, you might be wondering, why is the CSA not diverting some of their forces over here? Maybe they don't want to be too spread out and defeated in detail. That's a really easy way to lose as a defending team. CSA has been acting as one unit today, which is always nice to see.
That's right. Yes, that's true.
But also, if they commit a lot of their forces to the left stone wall, this side of the map will be open again, and Union can try to charge through CSA's side again. So that's, I think, why CSA is kind of pulled back to the center. It makes sense. Also, making sure Union can't recover those 2 flags. Because if you don't have those flags, you don't have the mobile respawns, meaning those guys have to respawn at the main deployment, and it's going to really stall out the Union attack. So my guess is the 2 companies that don't have their flag, remember each side has 4 for this map.
Yeah, exactly what he said.
The 2 companies without flags, I would position them further away, like you got one here. Kind of position for a little further away so that they don't lose as many, and then send the flag groups over here. Now, obviously, that the attackers could spread themselves out by doing what I just said, and CSA could defeat in detail if they want. So maybe Union will gel into one group. We'll see, though. CSA is moving to the stone wall. Iron Brigade's already there.
Stay behind.
And you got 12th VA and 42nd VA putting on pressure. You have some CSA in the distance there. Turning the corner. Oh, never mind. Looks like they're going to set on that snake fence on the far side and shoot from a distance. But CSA first drop to engage. CSA is about to charge. You can see Union, that group that didn't have their flag, they charged the center there as CSA kind of pulled off, getting those flags. But it has left them a little spread out. CSA, though, is a little spread out. A little less spread out than Union. And Union drops to engage, but look at where CSA is at. They're down a 4th of morale stage right now. So remember, they can use a Steam chat, these officers, so they can communicate what's going on across the map. Union loses 1 flag, but they pick up 2, and they're up by almost a 1/3 of a morale stage on the CSA, and we're back to the simpler spot we were a few minutes ago. Now, the question is CSA going to try to charge Union out like they did previously? They would most likely win that just off the fact that Union has 1 flag down, and that other flag bearer... Actually, does Union have all their flags? This is surely a Union flag, right? I thought for a second Union had 2 flags in the center of the map here, because they picked up 2 there, but I guess one of them ran off to join the main Union line over here. So Union has 2 down flag. It's going to be 1 shortly. That one on the right side is very much within the range for Union to just pick up. So CSA sitting down. They do not want to charge the Union out. They're almost down a half a morale stage, and so they don't want to risk growing that gap larger. And so what CSA kind of has to do, they have 2 options. One of them I think is better than the other. is they can try to get a ticket lead back, and they'd have to decisively defeat the Union consistently by defeating them in detail, or just being great at a charge. That's one option. That's going to be very hard to do. It looks like they're going to take that option, though, as Union is a little spread out. Second option is to force Union to cap. That volley was not that great. But thing is, if CSA sits back, they want that black timer to hit 0. If they sit back, they could force Union to cap the point, because if Union caps, Union doesn't win automatically. But, oh my goodness, look at those few arty shots. CQB turning to charge, getting a few out of lines in the process, but CQB is let's see, CSA being drawn out, most going to the hay bales, trying to charge Union on the back end. Iron Brigade's going to get the 42nd PA, trying to sweep behind that. I mean, this is the type of match you would want as Union. Obviously, it's evident what's going on with the ticket amount, but consistent mass charging is what Union needs to win this game. They have the ticket advantage overall, raw number-wise. I can look at the exact percentage shortly. But CSA, in a few moments, is going to drive the taking losses.
Wheel left, wheel left, wheel left.
Yeah, wheel left, wheel left, left.
Wheel left.
Fall back,
Fall back, gentlemen. Fall back.
So, Union losing, I think, 2 flags. I think that's theirs over here, and I think this was the 42nd PA guy. Oh no, it's a CSA down flag. Why aren't they picking it up? Pick it up. There we go. Sometimes hard to see the... There's a little pop-up that shows you, like, click F to pick up or something like that. Sometimes it can be hard to see. I know that's true for artillery. So, Union falling back completely. They have 1 down flag, but it's definitely within range of being retrievable. They're up by 2/3 of a morale stage right now. And this is a dominating start. No other way around it.
Spread out, boys. There you go.
I like that CSA is sticking together. Because when the defense starts spreading out, the risk of being defeated in detail is a lot higher, and as you have less tickets overall, it's not that great for you. And looking at that ticket in balance, looks like the Union has 37% more tickets than CSA does on this map. So, spreading out is very high risk. But CSA's kind of stuck together, which I like to see. But Union's kind of countered this perfectly. Wherever CSA is not holding as a team, Union just goes on the other side of the map behind them, and it forces CSA to charge them out because you can't let the attacking team just sit behind your lines. So CQB, 30th Ohio, I think 42nd PA rolling up with them, starting to take shots. CSA have a nice little defensive spot. You can see the hill kind of peaks out here. If CSA holds a little further back, they're deflated a little bit and hidden from Union fire. But not a whole lot of CSA there. CSA opting to kind of hold back. They're trying to kill time, using the little hill as cover. But Union will probably try to charge CSA out. The CSA holding in here. Davis Brigade. First Delaware as well. If I were Union, I would charge there. It is a little surprising, though, that... I don't know. I guess CSA doesn't have a whole lot of time to react to Union movements as a team. Like, if CSA is holding here... We saw a Union go take that stone wall, and CSA was late to respond. So I guess CSA doesn't have a whole lot of time to respond to Union, which I guess is making this difficult. You'll get maps like Eastwood Skirmish where the CSA team can see where Union is moving basically at all times, and it's a wide or a long enough area to where CSA can always respond in time. I guess that's not the case here in Piper Farm. Or maybe CSA is just bad.
There they are, boys. See that flag up there? That was a good hit by Artie.
So the nice part, again, with Union being over-aggressive at the beginning, they've got 30 minutes to knock CSA down. One morale stage to hit into breaking so that they can auto-cap that point and win. Or they can knock them down 2 morale stages to last stand, and then they can't respawn at that point, and then win. So that's the thing. Union's got plenty of time. They can do what they want, however they want, and because they've got a ticket lead along with it, they can be a little crazy with their strategies and still come out on top.
There's a flank southeast.
Flag southeast.
So Union spreading out. They got half their team going far left, half the team going far right. CSA trying to still kind of stay in that middle area.
When you guys are ready, get in melee. Get in melee mode once you're ready, and then say check. Check.
Check. Press V, boys.
Shift right, boys.
Once you're all done.
Shift right.
We're going.
Shift right, boys.
Let's go.
The one that was extremely funny, I'm laughing.
Check.
Yeah, and it really seems CSA is trying to kill this time. Get that timer to 0. At this point, we're probably going to see Union hit final push and that clock drop versus that clock just counting down to 0. So when Union does hit final push, remember that black timer will drop to a certain time depending on the map. But Iron Brigade's going to try to put a little pressure, get on the flank of Union. It's a nice little spot here.
Fire. Come on, boys. Take them down.
Kill the mother bitches. Kill the mother bitches.
Looks like some more CSA are moving over to assist FSB. They've really been hanging out with Iron Brigade the entire time this has happened.
Fire, boys. Keep up the fire.
12th VA and some 9th Corps guys on the opposite side of this.
Remember, keep this line tight in case they guard.
And you can see CSA taking a few casualties, so some are pulling a little further back, some using that stone wall.
Off the road on the other side of the fence.
Down the middle.
You don't have to deliver the whole body, just a finger. Take one of my fingers back.
Holy cow, that was a big old volley that happened over here. CSA shoot as a team. Must have been.
Yeah, who said that?
Oh, I've never been so happy to see men on their knees before. Stand up and take aim.
What have we managed to station
Look at
ourselves?
that dumbass Artie guy. What's he doing?
Let's fling our balls at them.
Artie guy's
Oh yes. Oh, that was a brilliant.
So Union can charge into this little stone wall area. I'm pretty sure it's out of bounds though once they hop up and over, which is maybe why they're being a little hesitant. They've knocked CSA down about a third of stage within 4 or so minutes of this shootout kind of starting, and Union's moving on point. Are they going to cap? They don't necessarily need to. I don't think they should.
Yep.
Looks like they're just running through though, and Union's charging on the back end.
Open order. Hey, let me get my load. Just stand right there.
Jeez, they got beaten back bad. Guess that makes sense. Union Artie, I think, just hit their friendlies. I don't know. It looked like some already hit their CQB. I don't know. But it looks like CQB is going to move in. The whole Union team's kind of shifted over to this CSA left. Actually, it's 42nd PA and 30th Ohio. They are trying to get a nice little flank there. Pincer CSA. CSA down about half of their stage right now to breaking. Union almost to taking losses. Some CSA moving to the left. It looks like Hampton's Legion. Never mind. They're playing hokey pokey. Going. Oh, why is CSA charging Iron Brigade? What are you doing here? FSB, what is this charge?
Charge!
Get that flag, get that flag, get that flag, get that flag, get that flag.
Wow, that was a terrible charge. I don't know if they didn't see 42nd PA and 30th Ohio to their right, but even then, They were outnumbered, if not even numbers. I don't get that charge from CSA. I mean, you're just throwing away tickets. You see CSA is almost a breaking. I mean, one more charge will force CSA to go to breaking. You can see they're trying to hold behind the barn. Trying to turtle and hope that Union caps so they can have an attempt to retake that point and regain a lot of tickets in the process. That's the only way CSA wins at this point, but Union playing this well, not capping the point, and having the patience to sit and shoot.
You guys seem to have
Right here, boys, come through here.
HL,
36 over here.
press T.
So Hampton's Legion's moving up to where Davis Brigade is located. CSA does have to position themselves near point, which is maybe why they're starting to leak out this way, because, I mean, once CSA hits breaking, Union's going to latch to that point, I assume. I mean, Union could just have fun and hit him the last stand, but not a whole lot of reason to do that, potentially. Looks like, 40 seconds going to go through the barn. Lewis hopping out the other end.
Oh, they're in the bomb. What the fuck? In the bomb, Right above us.
So they are out of bounds doing that, but they're getting a few shots off. Also surprised the CSA, which is always funny to see. Union will drop to taking losses any second now. You got one CSA. Yeah, look at that. There they go. Tyndall's going in there now. Oh, he missed. I don't know if he hit that. You're destroying those doors. So, Union could start pre-capping. Slowly cap that point. Not fully cap. If anything, that might draw CSA out. Looks like you got some CSA on the Artie. Colquitt's Brigade looks like they're going to try to charge them out. They are pre-capping, and Iron Brigade pulls off with 36 New York.
12 lashing.
Good volley there.
Guys, get that flag up. Come on.
Union, I don't know. Union should charge or something. I mean, CSA is literally any second from hitting. Nice Artie shot. Hit the frickin' little hill right in front of you. Anyways, you got ninth score going up and over.
You fucking asshole!
Что происходит, блядь?
Сзади, долбоёб!
Hold fire. You just shot a friend.
Что за
хуйня? На стену, вернулись на стену, блядь.
42nd moving in. They're going to hit CSA into breaking. Ninth Corps getting a great distraction there. It looks like Colquitt's Brigade's moving up the point. You got Midwest and some Ninth Corps guys collapsing in on this. And that's going to end our first round. At least it should. I don't think CSA's on this side. You got some. Iron Brigade, 36 New York running up. But spent a little bit time on a volley, and I don't know if it would have mattered, but kept them off point for a little while longer. So, that was a decisive win from Union. I don't know if CSA took a while to respond whenever Union would move. And that's what really killed them, because CSA, as a defender, you can't let the attacker sit behind your original defensive line, which is where Union kept going. And because the Union was able to get there consistently uncontested, CSA, in a sense, was kind of forced to charge them out. They could have sat back and totaled if they want. Like, instead of charging the stone wall, they could have maybe held back at the farm. But regardless, CSA just didn't respond quick enough and let Union get to these positions uncontested, and CSA charged them out and lost badly because of that. But good round from Union. Took advantage of poor reaction time. Really well played. We will see you all shortly here for round number 2. Hello everyone, here we are with the glorious Eastwoods. Server pop is 165 inbounds is 3 towards Union side. No artillery on this map. So we'll see how it goes from here. Eastwoods is a heavily CSA biased map. So unlike the previous one, we might see CSA curb stomp this one, although time will tell. Point of contention is in the center of, guess what? A woods. That, like you see with Westwoods, that's a very Union biased attacking map. It's going to be very hard for Union to hold this. You have the trees and woods. It just creates chaos and confusion. No one knows where anyone is. It's hard to see where other groups are. You do have the Steam chat for your officers so you can communicate. But you definitely don't know where your enemies are until they hit your line. And that chaos is going to help and benefit the attackers in a very significant way. Especially because they have a ticket lead of, I think, 24% on this map. So, Union are defending kind of in the traditional positions. They don't know where CSA is going to go. So, they're holding some guys on the left on these logs. You can kind of see the logs. It's kind of hard with the sun to see. But you got Union holding right. And it seems CSA is going to do the traditional route of going down Union left or CSA right. You'll see CSA like to hit over here as well. But it looks like Union's kind of realized CSA is heading this way. And 42nd PA, and I'm guessing 30th is alongside. They're going to get a great flank on CSA. CSA is starting to put some firepower on Union on the logs, but they don't realize that 42nd PA is behind.
Fire, boys, fire.
Oh.
You fire, we fire.
Oh my, that's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Friendly's coming in from behind. Friendlies.
I don't know who that was, but they're dead now. CSA collapsing in on the poor Union holding here. Cole quits.
Oh, I'm dead back for a second. I'm not sure if why are you stabbing me, Lord? I guess we'll go back.
Reform!
Rally on Baron. Hey, there's something going on to the southeast. Oh, Lord! South, there's a whole line of them.
And sorry about that, was fixing a screen there, but Union's charged through. They're going to wipe Davis Brigade. This is a great push from Union here. CSA now kind of reforming, turning around. And so Union actually, it's looking good. CSA is trying to push towards the southwest to retreat, maybe save their flags. But what coordination from Union here. And Union, rightfully so, is going to try to keep pushing CSA out, get their flags. Getting that one there. Oh, I guess IB's still alive in the back end. Man, from the angles, I don't know if you watching agree, but at least from the angles, it looked like Union was doing very good, but I guess Iron Brigade was hidden somewhere that we aren't looking. That's why the change of a perspective can really change how you see things.
Ooh, sorry about that.
So, I guess CSA pulled that one out in the end, and a huge ticket lead in CSA's favor, which even if CSA lost that charge, having a significant ticket lead like this would be huge for them. It's kind of similar to what we saw last round in Piper Farm. So, Union's got 2 flags down here. IB's got 2 of those flags. I assume CSA has the rest of their flags. I don't know if they're over here. Yeah, so CSA's got both flags over there, and they got 2 more over here, all 4 of them. And CSA is holding on a little nice spot there. Iron Brigade probably waiting for their teammates to show back up. Colquitz is formed back up.
There are 2 lines.
And the rest of the Union team holding back at main. Looks like they're now starting to move out. So, similar to what we saw in the previous round, Union has two options. They got to try to get a ticket lead on CSA, which is very unlikely. So, if they want to get their tickets back, they got to turtle back and hope CSA caps so that they can retake and regain a bunch of tickets. So, CSA looks like they're pretty much formed up and are slowly starting to move out.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning.
Good morning, Churchill.
Hey, Wintermeat, can I tell you a secret?
What you got up here for CSA now? First Delaware. Back up, they are capping the point. If I were them, I would maybe wait for Union to go down to engage just so the gold timer's at 12 minutes instead of 20. But it seems that if they do cap, it looks like they might be capping to force the Union to come out, which Union spent most of this time reforming and are now only starting to get out. So CSA maybe could have waited a little longer, but I guess it doesn't matter. RIP Iron Brigade and Free States Brigade.
Counter, get in there.
That was a great volley. But they're going to pull back, and I mean, again, as long as they have their flag, they're in a perfectly acceptable spot because they're going to get those respawns back in right away. Looks like Hampton's Legion's moved up to where Iron Brigade was. CSA do not end up capping that point. Maybe waiting for Union to hit engaged, but yeah, we see Union making at least a little forward action.
Guys, don't clump up. Don't clump up. Spread it out. Need space.
You can kind of see what it looks like from a player's perspective in the woods.
Face it out!
I mean, it's almost like Miller's cornfield. You're kind of blind shotting. I think it's better here than Miller's, but you look at the other side too. That looks like some movement.
I'm back.
12th VA charging into Davis Brigade. This will let Union to engaged. I don't like that charge at all. You got some CSA charging in center. It actually looks like Union's moving up and CSA's trying to counter. I don't know if Union tried the team charge, but they're not doing it well. I mean, 12th VA maybe went in a little early. 9th Corps HD maybe went in late. I don't know exactly. But who's hitting the flank? 42nd and 30th Ohio. Hitting the flank on HL, but getting completely wiped. This was I think this was just a missed timing on these charges. This looks like Union tried to charge as a team, which is good. The thing is I mean, obviously Union spread out, and CSA's kind of spread out with them. So we don't know if CSA spread out because Union's spread out. But the thing is, if CSA is spread out here, as Union, if you want to try charge CSA out, I think as Union, you got to bunch up and try to hit the flank and just turn through and wipe them off. The trees and the woods can kind of give you a screen so that the enemy can't see your movements. So I think that's what Union should try to do. Granted, Union could move as a big old team and CSA could clump up as one. We don't know. But I think that would probably give you the best chance. So CSA pushing a little forward, trying to get a few Union Rambos that are still alive from those charges.
Hitting that flag.
And they're going to get a nice flank on Iron Brigade. So it looks like Hampton's Legion's moving up to the right of where Iron Brigade is. And Iron Brigade, IFSB fall back. 36 New York in the mix. Some JD guys as well. I mean, here's the thing. If you're a defender and you're grouped up, you're going to have the best odds. Because I wish I could draw a little chart on my screen right now.
Keep following Kaiser.
But
the tactical genius.
Grouping up will give you the best chance. Because either CSA is going to be spread out or together, and being grouped up as a team will give you the best chance. If you're spread out against a spread out defense or spread out charging against a big one blob defense, one whole team defense, it's not going to work out. So
Check. Get your full kits.
Yeah, stay moving. Oh shit.
Form it up.
So Union putting a little pressure, take some shots. They might be charging on this side. A couple CQB guys. I don't know if they're skirmishers, but you can't be sending tiny detachments out in the woods. I can get if you want to scout. I don't know if they obviously I don't think they knew CSA was there, but
Fall back.
Hold fire! The friendlies are moving in!
you just don't want to risk those tickets. Sure, it's one instance of something happening, but it's like, Rollins, what are you doing here, buddy?
Die.
And CSA do cap, so if they hold for 12 minutes, they'll win the game. Union has an opportunity to regain over half a morale stage of tickets right now. And we'll see how fast Union responds. CSA is a little spread out. Colquitt's outnumbering Davis Brigade. A lot of bushes. I mean, it's...
Huzzah! Push him!
Take that, you goddamn fellows!
Huzzah!
Order!
It's not done yet!
First Delaware now getting
Move
hit.
in! Fuck him up!
I mean, it's hard enough to see things in spectator mode in the woods. Yeah, imagine what it's like down there.
Get that flag, boy!
So, good wipe there from Colquitt's Brigade. DB and 1st Delaware were not really working together. They were by each other, but 1st Delaware did not reinforce Davis Brigade when they were getting charged out. Now, Union mostly pushing up on CSA.
Hold.
Nice.
Yeah, hold on.
We have that flag!
Get your reload. Get your reload.
And CSA is going to try to charge him out. HL charge again. 9th Corps moving in, though.
You gotta.
Darks is back.
And Union will drop to taking losses. Doesn't matter a whole lot. Union reinforcements collapsing, though. Colquitt's and there's a group of Union respawns to the north-northeast.
How's that? Yeah,
Right side of your screen. It's a very close charge. Union drop. Flags down, 5 of them. And it looks, this is so close. It's hard to tell. Too close to call.
I don't know what to do here. I don't know if we're falling back or holding.
You scared me. Come on.
Let's try to hold. Looks like 1 CSA flag's down there. This might be Union. Yep, but they pick it up. So only 2 CSA flags are down right now. As long as these CSA flags are up, they're going to have guys respawning, maybe. Mostly because the guys who died might have all spawned main because there's a lot over there. So Union retake. They retake quickly too, which is great to see. The longer that counterattack phase goes on, the more that CSA is losing tickets to the original attacking team, which means Union won't be able to go up to a higher percentage of tickets. So they retook quickly, were able to regain a good chunk of tickets, also at a low engaged. So great retake there from Union. CSA was a little spread out and Union took advantage. CSA could cap one more time if they want to draw Union out and do a big charge again. As long as they have that ticket lead, which I don't see any reason that Union will get a ticket lead unless they defeat CSA in detail. But even then, right, it's like if everyone's dying in formation, for every 5 guys that the Union loses, CSA loses 4, and that's considered equal based on that 24% advantage towards the CSA side. So we'll see what CSA does. Union is similar to last round. We saw CSA kind of holding behind the barn on Piper Farm, and now you see Union doing the same exact thing, except they're holding really far back. They're trying to kill that time. They're maybe trying to force CSA to cap. There's not as much... I don't know. They're just trying to kill time. They're trying to force CSA to cap, I think. If CSA does cap, remember they are the defending team at that point, so they can hit last stand, and if Union retakes at that point, they can win. I feel like that's really going to be the only way Union wins East Woods ever. As long as you have okay gameplay from CSA, they should win this game. Like, Union can play perfect, but CSA does not need to be even close to perfect. So half the CSA team is up in a near point, the other half sitting down here. Now, if Union does hit taken losses, which is the next morale stage, and the CSA do cap that point, it is a 7-minute timer to hold instead of the 12 that you would see in engaged and 20 that you would see in battle ready. So who's up here for CSA already? Looks like you got first Delaware, and then I think that's Hampton's Legion. Yep, that is on the right. And Union defenses, Midwest Brigade on Union right, 42nd PA, 30th Ohio, more towards the center. In the center, you got Colquitt's Brigade, 9th Corps. And on the far left, you got 12th Virginia and Hood's Division. So CSA starting to make their way up to the front. And 42nd PA pushing a little further forward as CSA starting to throw lead in their direction. Now, CSA's got enough time to, if they want, just shoot the Union down. They could cap, they could try to charge. Again, because of that aggression early and everyone losing tickets quickly, this is kind of CSA's war.
Смотри, оттуда могут прийти бастурмане. Лево, лево, лево. Хороший выстрел. Давайте не заряжаться на заборе, на камнях все-таки.
Iron Brigade pushing a little further forward, getting closer. Union more forming up as a team. Got Lucian's view there. Pretty close to Union line, suppressed like crazy. And you got Union with those sharps in the center of that Union line.
Left oblique to the south.
You do have CSA making a flank. They do drop the taken losses as well. Hampton's Legion trying to get a nice flank on Union. I think Carcass sees them. That kill there on that officer. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Knocks them down to taken losses. And the moment that happens, CSA caps. So Union's got 7 minutes to try to retake. They successfully retook last time. Similar to last time. Actually, not really. Hampton's Legion's merging back in. So CSA's pretty much together now. And we'll see what's up here.
Ceasefire. Ceasefire.
Union, you hear them holding their fire, rip that officer.
On the fence, boys. Fire at
Oh,
will.
never mind. I thought maybe they were going to try to charge in. Usually you don't hold fire and then go into independent fire again. Usually. But CSA pulling off a little bit.
See the flag northeast. To the left of those.
Maybe trying to bait Union back to charge. 6 minutes left on that timer. Now, during a counterattack phase, if there's not a lot of casualties going on, like right now, I think it's fine if the Union team takes a little time. The only thing with counterattack that sucks is if there's a lot of shooting and fighting that brings both sides tickets down. That's when it's bad for the original defending team, which would be Union here, just because they wouldn't be able to regain as many, assuming they're down on tickets. But since there's not a whole lot of fighting going on, it's fine that Union kind of dilly-dallies. But CSA is mostly falling off the point. It looks like they didn't like that cap. I still think they should try to hold it. Maybe they're scared of hitting last stand or getting too low in tickets. Because if both sides, let's say Union retakes at a low, taking losses, and both sides are at that point, it's both sides are very close to their last stages, and if Union wins one encounter by a significant margin, the whole battle could turn in Union's favor. So I can kind of get why CSA is pulling off.
You boys really got yourselves killed.
Getting shot from the south.
South.
Yeah, southwest.
So, also, by CSA pulling back,
Southwest.
CSA knows Union's on point, or at least some Union's on point. So once Union retakes, we'll probably see CSA collapse. You can see they're starting to move in. Dragon alerting his friendlies. Iron Brigade shifting around the most. CSA, I don't know.
Use that bucking ball. Cut the numbers down. Come on, gentlemen.
Could maybe charge once this Union retakes. Looks like CSA might be down a little hair on tickets. Not that that's anything significant. Iron Brigade. Iron Brigade, some of their guys have or at least I guess their whole line kind of has a tendency to stand further forward when they should when they're volleying. Union spearheading down the center right now. I think Union's trying to find that ticket advantage right now because if they know that if they sit back, it's game over for them. So they're trying to spearhead. Hampton's Legion kind of missed the brunt of that. Union won for the most part. Tickets still fairly even though. And with Union a little scattered from that charge, HL might be able to get a nice few out of lines. You got Union 42nd PA, 30th Ohio spearheading. You do see 36 New York try to go around the flank, and 42nd doesn't see him. They're focused on Hampton's Legion.
Turn rear, sir. No. Kill them all, boys, kill them all.
And that's the thing with these woods. You never know. You don't know where anybody is. We've seen on both sides use it to their advantage. And Union, I love the idea of that counter charge. They were able to wipe a good chunk of CSA and they kept things even, but late reinforcements by CSA with like Hampton's Legion, and then we saw with 36 New York, like they came in late, and because Union was spread out in that spearheaded charge, which just kind of makes sense when you go into a charge, everything kind of gets spread out, panic, chaos. HL was able to take advantage, and they probably got a good amount of skirmishing and out-of-line deaths for Union. Which, if you're new to War of Rights, where you're standing determines a lot with how many tickets you lose when you die. If you're standing up by a lot of friendlies, like we see with all these fine gentlemen here, you are in formation. You lose 1 ticket per death. If you're crouching by a lot of people, or if you're by 2 other people, you're in skirmishing. Which means that you lose 3 tickets for your team, and then if you're all by yourself, or with 1 other person, you are out of line, and you will lose 5 tickets for your team. Now that is just a rough ratio. It's an easy way to explain that. Obviously, depending on server size, that amount is going to differ, since the tickets scale based on server pop. The higher the player count is in a server, each death is going to be worth less tickets overall compared to a smaller pop server. Since so HL's putting a little pressure on Colquitt's. Union is about to drop into breaking. You do have CSA starting to charge around the flank side here. Zooming out quickly, you can see where the point is. CSA's kind of caressing on that. Union drops to breaking. 9th Corps charging in. 42nd, 30th trying to assist. They kind of have to charge at this point to make sure they can hold the point.
No, flash. Wait, flash.
Oh, sorry.
Fuck, I can't see anything.
And it looks like CSA is taking the point. Union, I think, has won the charge over here. Tyndall, oh, he must have ran out of ammo. So Union might be able to hold at least over there. Turning more towards the point, though. A mix of Union trying to hold, but they're just outnumbered. So CSA is slowly but surely capping the point. Union not charging because that'd be suicide. They would definitely lose if they did that. So they're just trying to, I think, delay this as long as possible. Maybe try to get the numbers advantage, wait for their friendlies to arrive. And it looks like that is what is starting to happen here. Got a lot of CSA that spawned at main. You have 2 flags down over there. I assume they're CSA flags. Yep, both CSA flags. No, not the bread flag. Why would you pick up the non-bread flag, hateful? Rip the bread flag. We need justice for that bread flag.
Давайте, свободный огонь.
Да неужели, блядь?
Awfully quiet on the battlefield, isn't it? So we'll see what happens. Union's going to be able to reform as a team first. Their main spawn's closer. Also, Union's more desperate to hold the point, so their guys are much more worried to get up here than CSA trying to get up here, because CSA, again, they got 22 minutes. HL looks like they're pushing back up, and point is teetering.
Hubert, why are we shooting?
No! So Union's going to hold that line for as long as they can. They don't want to charge. You saw what happened last time they did a team charge. They got picked apart at the end of it. They kept tickets even throughout the most of it, which really meant that Union was really destroying CSA in that counter charge. But
Only the front rank, just the front rank.
it's just they got picked apart at the end. CSA reinforcements are still moving up. Point still in favor of the Union. You can see with that blue bar on the top center of your screen, that's full. And this shootout is not going well for Union right now. Now, obviously, CSA spent a lot of time getting their guys fully up there. And you could argue that Union is in a losing shootout right now. So they should maybe charge like they did earlier. But obviously, Union doesn't know how much CSA is in front of them. And obviously, Union spent some time reforming after the festivities of charging, so it's kind of hard to tell. And again, very hard map for Union. Iron Brigade's going on the flank again. They're going to try to finish this round now.
Maybe we must surround enemy order.
And okay. Iron Brigade will be the only one to charge in.
Sorry, man. Sorry. It was a mistake.
All good, all good.
They do lose that flag in the process. Rest of CSA did not join them. And you can't blame the rest of CSA. You can't blame Iron Brigade. It makes sense. They should try to do something together, though. Seems Iron Brigade just tried to finish this round. I mean, this is just being drawn out at this point. And actually, Iron Brigade might have gotten a good amount of Union to where... Oh my! Look at that. CSA's taking point. Iron Brigade might have killed enough people, because it was kind of a surprise attack to make this happen. And Union is now forced to charge. Okay, this is interesting. I was not expecting that.
Left side, boys. Left side.
CSA will force Union in the last stand with this charge from Union. Even if Union wins. Union dies, they don't come back. Doesn't matter anyways, as CSA is going to win in the end. Some Union did not join. That might just be respawns though. But again, good convincing win from CSA. Now, I don't know much more of what Union could have really done. I like the ideas they were doing. Like at the beginning of the round, for the example, where most of the Union team, the Union on the right, flanked through and hit the CSA side from bad. That was all very good moves on their part. It's just a very, very hard map. So, with that all being said, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel more, we have our Patreon where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment on the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Besides that, though, we have our Discord, merch, X, Instagram, and TikTok. All of those lovely links in the description. But I appreciate you all being here. It means the world. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night.